Hello everyone, this is Ninja DC joining you again for our React. This time for something a little different. Hellsing Abridged episodes 1 through 3, since that's how they decided to bundle them. And also because they're pretty good, at least from my perspective. Join me again is Brony.
Good evening times, ghouls and ghouls and succubi everywhere. It is I, Brony, here to watch this awesomely Halloween-themed Abridged series with you all today.
And second.
Hello there, I'm the second opinion, and from a critic first and a fan second, here is an intuitive, detailed, critical reaction to some YouTube channel that's way more successful than all of us put together times 100.
I think 100,000.
Yeah.
Seriously, Abridged has not seen...
It gives you a more perspective if you start out saying a small number and then keep going higher and saying us. Pretty good math.
But yeah, but this is sort of a late Halloween sort of React bonus thingy. I would say it's sort of late, but then again, so are Team 4 Stars releases of Hellsing Abridged. So, hey, are you all ready to begin?
Heck yeah!
All right, press play in 3, 2, 1, play. All right, is it all playing okay for you all?
Oh yeah.
The following is a fan-based parody. Hellsing Ultimate is owned by Kota Harano and Studio Madhouse.
Got it playing all for you all?
Madman Entertainment, Manga Entertainment, and Funimation. Please support the official release, you Protestant fuckbucket.
That time to mention I've never seen Hellsing.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing. I'm just curious how you'll take things. Actually, a lot of people from reaction I've seen have not seen the original Hellsing and have watched this and enjoyed it a lot.
My name is Monkey D.
Hey,
Luffy, and I'm gonna be king.
that's a different anime. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I love you, Edward.
And I love you, Bella. Hold on. Who is it? Oh, you know.
Ed is dead.
A real fucking vampire.
The funny thing is,
this
the
Abridged
funny thing
series
is,
just
even
won over
before,
every single person who watches it besides the Twilight fan people.
the funny thing is, I've actually made that comparison to those two characters before I've seen this Abridged series.
Okay, Master, my name is Ceres. And yes, I have the target in sight.
Well, better take the shot. You're letting her get away.
If you just give me a second to concentrate, I could...
She's getting away. She's running.
I get it, I'm lining up the...
Going to miss it. Going to miss it.
Just be quiet and let me...
Hey, police girl. Hey, police girl.
There! I took the fucking shot! She's dead! There's blood everywhere!
Oh, you are just a treat. Now I know what you're thinking. How did all this come about? Well, it all started on a midnight stroll through the woods. The air was clear. The moon was full. I was dying to sink my teeth into something. Get it? Because I'm a vampire.
So this is like Dragon Ball Z Abridged Cell as a vampire.
What?
No, he really is a vampire.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If Perfect Cell were... He's the same character as their DBZ Abridged Cell, isn't he?
I'm going to rape her.
Neat.
In a sense, but more common.
I'm not complaining. It's a hilarious character, and they're right because it's their series.
Well, intimidating.
Are you mocking me?
Oh no. Yeah. Well, that should about wrap things up here. Oh yeah, forgot about you. Sorry about that whole shooting you thing, but I know if you look deep into your heart, which is currently all over that tree. will find a way to forgive me. Aw, jeez, you look like a puppy. A blonde, eviscerated puppy. Christ, fine, I'll help you. But only because you got nice tits.
So that's your field report.
Yep,
You went on a walk through the forest at midnight.
yep,
You killed a homicidal vampire priest,
dead.
and then you turned someone into a vampire who happened to be a big-titted
Police girl. Yes, it's like I didn't just get through explaining this. Now, if you don't mind, I've got things to do.
What things? You don't do things.
Yes, I do. I take enthusiastic walks through the woods.
And kill homicidal vampire priests.
Very enthusiastic walks.
So that's your field report.
Yep,
So you broke into the house,
yep.
and you shot him 36 times,
37.
and took out his partner.
To be fair, that was the police girl. With the big titties.
You need to stop going on walks.
Then you need to hurry up and hook up some goddamn DSL in here.
Listen, you have an assignment in Ireland.
Ooh, I've never hunted down a leprechaun before. Do you think if I shoot them with my gun, Lucky Charms will explode?
Sweet Christ. Just get to Ireland, kill the vampire who's taken over the hospital, and bring the police girl with you.
Aw, come on, I have to bring her everywhere.
None of the sass.
Yes, Mom.
So what can I do for you?
Reminds me of this SNL skit I just saw.
O'Brien O'Sullivan, who is also Italian.
Tell me, Anderson, what is your favorite thing to do?
Spreading the word and love of Jesus Christ to the many people of the world, teaching peace and love for all.
And the killing of vampires?
Just try to fucking stop me.
And what about Protestants?
Second verse, same as the first. Now put me on a plane so I can put him in a hearse.
Hey, police girl. Police girl. This is awesome. You should totally join in. Seriously, there's like 40 zombies in here. Just one shot to the head and they explode. It's like House of the Dead, only like 100 times more.
Fine. I'll shoot some of the rotten bastards. Can't be that much fun. Oh, fuck the hell, yes.
Alright, so. Alright. I take it this is a character, a major character in the anime.
If I wasn't holding up for that beast of a woman Integra, I'd fuck the red right out of those eyes. Well, kinda like that, only with less symbolism and more my penis in your vagina. Suddenly it reeks of hypocrisy in here. Oh, if it isn't the Catholic Church. This, no little Timmy glued to your crotch. Progress.
And look at what we have here. A bloody heathen.
Excuse me, but I'm a fuck-mothering vampire. I killed a lot of people to get this title. I deserve to be called such.
Well then, mind if I ask you your name?
Only if you give yours first, papist.
Fine, I'll give you the courtesy. The name's
Alexander Anderson.
Oh, fuck all kinds of duck.
You have been chosen to reveal my existence to the world. You will witness what happens here today, and you will tell of it later. Except you won't, because I'll have killed you.
Oh my, brilliant speech. And unoriginal. That's totally from Boondock Saints.
What? No, it isn't. I came up with it a week ago.
Whatever. We're here for the vampire.
The only one left here is your sorry pale ass.
Yeah, give me a minute. So what do you want, anyways? The nearest elementary school is at least 10 kilometers away.
It is your corrupt acclaim. It is your evil that will be sought by me with every breath.
Boondock Saints. Seriously, you must watch that movie religiously.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Knife.
Knife?
Master!
Who? Headshot. Well, now that that's over, how about we go back to my place for a bowl of my favorite cereal, Count Chuck.
Master!
Well, now that that's over, how about we go back to my place for a bowl of my favourite cereal, Frankenbit?
Son of a Protestant whore!
Well, you know what time it is.
See? This kind of shit is why I stopped going to church.
Police girl. Police girl. You are reading your master's mind. Put my head between your boobs.
Now I'm all alone. The only one I had left was you.
Very good. Now the next thing I want you to do is put me between your legs. God damn it!
It's a shame for you lost your head. A careless vampire wound up dead. You wore your sin like it was some kind of prize. Too many lies, too many lies.
What do I do? What do I do? I could try seducing him. Wait, no, I'm not an 8-year-old boy. Shit!
Say your prayers, wee lass.
That girl belongs to me.
Well, aren't you the naughty one?
Don't make me shoot you in the fucking head.
What the hell do you want, you crazy Protestant bastard?
I'm a woman.
Call yourself whatever you want, you crazy Protestant bastard.
You do know this is a grave violation of our agreement.
And what part would that be?
The part where you're here, killing my men.
I'm just here doing my job. Killing vampires and werewolves and leprechauns. I never actually found one, but do you think if I cut one open with my knife it would spill out Lucky Charms?
Just shut up. Where the hell is Alucard?
Oh, him? I killed him.
Killed him?
Cut off his bloody head.
Oh, well, that's step 1. What about 2 through 10?
Ah, Christ.
You done goofed.
How the blood-soaked Protestant hell did you do that?
Fuck you, that's how.
You know what? I've had enough of this. To hell with all you dirty heathen.
Eat me, don't forget to ride.
Oh my god. We survived.
So...
What?
Do I get to go after him?
No.
Aw, come on.
No, and that's final. We've got bigger things to worry about. Whoever's behind these vampire attacks, it has to be some kind of large organized group.
Like the Nazis?
That would be retarded.
Could have been JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, maybe.
Gentlemen, we are Nazis. Und wir will have war. Und wir. That's it.
Hello, Alucard. How was your mission in Japan?
I'd say 99.
Oh god, High School of the Dead!
I need to talk to you about
I didn't get that reference for a while.
No.
And like that, you've lost me.
There are financial suppliers.
Oh man, they have to hate us.
They do. That's why they cancelled our budget.
Ooh, that's bad. We need that, right? Walter, we need that, right?
Yes, very important.
Thank you, Walter.
Of course, sir.
Over the last couple of years, we've had some expensive claims.
Like what?
First off, property damage.
Good times.
Dozens of noise complaints.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Killing at least a dozen innocent people.
Oh, so did Anthony Hopkins, and he got a fucking Oscar for it.
And all of the sexual harassment.
I'm not apologizing.
Listen, I know this is asking a lot, but I want you to keep yourself locked in the basement until all of them are gone.
I get the distinct impression you're embarrassed of me.
Alucard,
I'm gonna go with no.
this is important and I don't need you causing another scene.
I don't have to take this. I'm going for a walk.
No, you don't.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Grab that guy who can stop me? What was his name? Michael doesn't exist.
What do you want?
What?
What do I need to give you to keep you down here for the evening?
I'm going to need a new gun. Also one for the police girl.
But I already have a gun.
Get that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannons.
Anything else?
A 70-inch plasma widescreen TV.
Really?
With Netflix.
Should it also be 3D?
No, that's a stupid fucking gimmick and everyone knows it.
Thank you.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you very much for accepting my invitation.
Well, considering the direness of your financial security, we thought it was the least we could do.
Now, before we begin, I was under the impression our budget was handled directly by the Queen.
Oh, it is. However, we're having a distinctly difficult time justifying some of these expenses.
Most of them under the name Alucard.
Continue.
For example, some of them were frankly labeled entertainment.
Entertainment?
What? Like in my report, 20,000 for, candy?
That's candy with an I, by the way.
I see.
Not to mention the priceless antique car. I believe the note on the claim was, I thought I could paint it red, but I couldn't find enough goats. So I scrapped it.
So that's why we found my father's car covered in goat blood and rammed into a Dairy Queen.
Oh, yes, and then there's also the Dairy Queen, sitting at about 95,000.
I would do fucking anything right now to get out of this.
And so halfway through blowing me, the fucking hooker OD's on heroin.
I really don't like discussing my ex-girlfriend with you.
I mean, I still finished, but what kind of shit is that?
For God's sakes, Jan, think of Mother.
I ain't jerking off right now.
Oh, you two. The grounds are currently closed.
Oh, man, that totally sucks. And we came all the way out here with these foreign exchange students on a field trip through England.
Where from?
Texas. Ah, shit. Looks like we need more prayer in schools.
If you're quite finished, ready the ghouls, I'm going to find Alucard. You overrun the rest of the mansion.
Alrighty. Attention all bitches! Off the bus and line up in order! I got a class assignment for all y'all.
And while the mime did survive, he'll never walk again.
Oh, God.
That's funny, we weren't cutting the power just yet.
Oh, shit. Front desk report. What's going on?
Oh, hey, yeah. Hold on. Just give me a second. Whoa. Oh, yeah, it's ghouls. Definitely deaf. Oh, my God!
Turning Tegra, do something!
Calm down. We have over 100 trained guards at the premises at all times. We have everything under control.
What was that?
They missed last words.
Probably the escape chopper exploding. As I was saying, let me just contact communications and get an update. Communications, come in. We need a full report.
Read the fucking paper. Read it fucking right, cockhole. Hey there, you fat English whore. That's more like it. Now keep going. Me and my big brother Lou are killing all of your men and turning them into ghouls. So I hope you've made peace with yourself. 'Cause when I find you, I'm gonna... Oh, God. Keep reading or I shoot the other testicle. 'Cause when I find you, I'm gonna fuck every hole you've got. And then I'm gonna just keep making more holes to until there's nothing left but your riddled corpse full of blood and semen. Oh, God, this is horrible. You ain't finished yet. So prepared to try to pussy for my huge vampire cock. Now pardon me while I blow this faggot ginger's brains out. Oh, God,
Oh, man.
His fucking face, man. Oh, no, that shit is priceless.
Alucard, get up here now! I'm locked in with the committee on the third floor.
Funny enough, he's probably the least changed character from the Abridged.
Alucard?
No, the younger brother that was just swearing on the phone.
Alucard, you vampiric asshole, I will!
Sounds great, but I'm gonna have to go now. I just queued up an episode of
Alucard's like completely opposite.
Water!
Hello, Jan.
So,
Yeah,
how's
Yarn.
my favorite big brother doing?
Oh, you know, just killed a group of guards.
Shit, bro, you too? What's your kill count at? Nah, don't tell me. I'm winning.
They were guarding a secret passageway downstairs. Not really keeping it a secret if you keep a bunch of armed guards standing around it.
Well, you have fun with that, bro. I'm gonna go skull fuck that Hellsing bitch. And the old guys. Ah, fuck it. Skull fucking for everyone!
Well, you can choose your friends,
Yeah.
but you can't choose your family.
Wow.
Yarn really is that revolting in the original show too.
If there's no way to get upstairs, how are they going to...
Oh, that old man was lucky.
Good to see you, Walter.
Of course, sir.
The first 2 floors have been entirely overrun. Communications with the outside have been cut off. We lost all our men, and Alucard is being
Alucard?
a total ass. Yes. Now tell me, do you have any plans?
Of course, sir. I shall do exactly as the butler does. And tidy up.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Now, if I give a shit, I might just give a fuck, but I don't give a shit, so I don't give a... Fuck was that?
Hello. My name is Walter C. Dornays, ex-vampire hunter and butler to the Hellsing organization. I answer the door, I clean up the estate, and I take out the trash. And I also kill self-entitled little twats like yourself.
Well, ain't you just the textbook fucking definition of classy? But guess what, Jeeves? That garrote wire won't do shit for dick against armor this thick. What's that, Alfred? How thick is it? Well, half as thick as my dick. So thick enough that you need a fucking anti-tank rifle to pierce it. And I don't even see a piece on your wrinkly old ass.
Police girl, if you may.
Bitches love cannons.
Oh, fuck, that's an anti-tank rifle. Oh, fuck, that's an anti-tank rifle!
Oh.
That was a 70-inch plasma screen TV. So, how can I help you?
You must be the great Alucard.
So?
I've heard quite a lot about you.
Oh, really?
The Nightwalker, who glides through oceans of blood. Beyond human, a monster whose power radiates with a darkness that casts a shadow on darkness itself.
Oh, you dirty bitch, work the shaft.
Excuse you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I like to dirty talk when someone's sucking my dick.
Perhaps I should just skip to my point. My name is Luke Valentine.
And I'm Carmen Sandiego. Guess where I
am? I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you here.
Oh, so am I. And I'm failing. And I'm sorry for that. It's just that I'm so agitated. Because this blonde little shit strolled into my room, destroyed my 70-inch plasma TV, and is trying to impress me like I'm his alcoholic father. Be a sport and grab daddy another beer, would you?
That's quite impressive. Where did you learn that hold?
Oh, wow, it's almost like I'm a police girl or something.
Sarcasm is unbecoming of you.
Wow, gee willikers, mister. I sure am sorry for slaughtering all your guards and tearing up your mansion. I promise I've learned my lesson. Ah, fuck, take a joke, asshole.
And everything you say just pisses me off. Now you're going to tell me everything I want to know.
All right. What you do is you go down to the local pharmacy, ask for something called Viagra, and it'll help you go fuck yourself! Oh. And now for the upcoming company picnic. Unfortunately, all your douchebag coworkers are bringing is their own rotten flesh. Still better than potato salad, if you ask me. Now, if you don't mind, I'ma go eat that Hellsing bitch!
I've got your arm!
So shove it up your ass! Well, that's not fair at all.
I'm sorry. We don't give a fuck.
Fuck! Where the fuck did my ghouls go?
Oh, they've been dealt with.
Well, at least I'm gonna die with a raging boner.
Alright, shit for brains. You're going to spill every single thing you know, or I'm going to have Walter here peel your dick like a banana.
I don't know what's fucking funnier. The fact that you think that your titless ass intimidates me, or that you'd think my boss would let me live if you did. And now I'm on fucking fire! So now it's free game! The one who sent me was Nazis.
I heard George Lucas. Who else heard George Lucas?
I heard Miami Heat.
I heard the Motley Crew with my vampire hearing.
Wait a second. Where's the big brother?
You can't touch me! I was handcrafted to kill you! My speed, my stamina, my power all rival! Nay, dwarf yours! In comparison to you, I am a demigod!
Really? Really?
Really?
Really?
Really?
Really?
Really?
Release restraint level 1.
Level what?
Oh, fuck! You know, they say that TV makes you violent. But I say not having my TV is making me pretty fucking violent.
I'm near the stairs. Gotta get to the stairs. If I could just get up the stairs, fuck.
Come on! You were talking all that good shit a second ago. Then I blew your fucking legs off.
What the fuck?
What's wrong, demigod? Just grow back your legs. Summon up your demons. Hit me. Fight me. Give me a hug.
Really? Oh god, no!
Epic meal time. I'm the farm's boss. And tonight, we're this blonde little wannabe demigod bitch. Who is that exactly?
Oh, that's Alucard, the one we talked about earlier. This is what happens when he has to entertain himself. Oh, so what was that issue with our funding?
Issue? What issue? I don't see an issue.
Shut up and take our money!
And just like that, everything turned out alright in the end.
Yes, everything turned out just fine. Except that 90% of our staff were killed, turned into ghouls, then killed again by the police girl in a blood rage.
What's a blood rage? And why don't I remember anything?
That reminds me, for whatever reason, did we ever find out who sent them? It was the Nazis, wasn't it?
No.
Bet you I'm right.
Bet you you're wrong.
Bet you're a skank.
Bet you're an asshole.
Bitch, I eat people!
What's everyone's time at right now?
We're currently on episode 3,
25, 46, 47, 48, 49.
Alright. I just want to check.
Dominions in ruin. Servants destroyed. All to end the hellfire with which
They don't really give you any sort of break in between.
A bloody conquest having consumed hundreds of thousands, countless villages razed to the ground, and over 20,000 impaled and prostrated by you and you alone to strike horror into the hearts of mortal men. What
I gotta admit, I did that little brother guy. I kind of love to hate him.
What say you now?
He is as big of an asshole in actual series.
The aristocrats.
Boy.
Oh God.
It's a shame they decided he was totally cool with dying. I kind of wanted to see
Listen
him.
close. You've all been subcontracted as personal bodyguards to the
Take some
Hellsing
pain.
organization. As you've heard, we deal with special interest targets, terrorists, cultists, and individuals who believe themselves to be of a mystical persuasion.
Well, is there anything else we should be informed about the facility?
Everything you need to know has already been covered in the briefing.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
Stop screaming!
Aww.
So, what's up with the Pride meeting?
They're a mercenary group contracted to replace all the soldiers we lost in the Valentine
Wait,
Brothers.
are these guys French?
We were forced to post mortality rates. They're the only ones who applied.
We are really scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
The French were the ones ballsy enough to volunteer with those mortality rates.
Responded with, and mind my French, no offense.
Some taken.
Fuck the police. He then proceeded to tilt every painting he passed on the way here.
Oh God, walking through that hallway is going to give me such a headache now.
Speaking of headaches, a very curious letter arrived for you in the mail.
Enrico Maxwell? That filthy, slimy, arrogant Italian piece of Maxwell, oh, it's been far too long.
I agree. You're no longer that little girl I used to know. Look at all those lines on your face.
And look at all the brown on your nose. How is the book doing?
Better than your failing church.
Well, not all of us can exploit illegals.
But you don't waste time making money off Rupert Murdoch.
Honestly, if you're going to have a dick fighting competition with a woman, you must have started off with the world's cruelest handicap, which I'm sure benefits the 9-year-old boy you have chained up in your private Vatican jet. Which was paid for how? Oh right, generous donations from your followers to spread the word of God. All over his back.
And the sun!
Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling.
You got me a present?
Kiss the sun lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little.
Right this way, Gridby. That's right in front of everyone else. You're 18, you're used to it. We're going to look at art and paintings, which I believe are also art. I don't know, I'm Cockney, I'm on
Well, my boner's gone.
Aye, kind of a mood killer.
Wanna try this again some other time?
Of course, kill you later, you monstrous heathen.
You too, you Catholic sociopath. It's tautology.
You want some coffee?
I'd love some. So, the letter you sent never specified the purpose of this meeting.
Consider this a business transaction. I have 2 pieces of information that I wish to trade with you.
And what would those be?
The true identity of Millennium.
Who?
The organization who assailed your compound.
Oh yeah, there was some debate over that.
And the whereabouts of said Millennium.
And what could you possibly want in exchange?
Oh, nothing major. Just 2 simple apologies from you and your subordinate, known as the Crimson Fucker, also known as Alucard.
So you want an apology from me?
I figured, but didn't want to assume.
And by chance, what would I have to apologize to the Iscariot organization for?
Well, originally I'd ask you to apologize for being a scum-sucking, blaspheming, ignorant Protestant pig sow. But in this case, the sins of your pet vampire are of greater concern.
What did he do this time?
Over the last couple of years, he has sent no less than 400 death threats to the Pope. By carrier pigeon, no less. They just fly right into the Vatican. The latest one read as such. Dear Chief
Replacement, I wanted to send you this friendly little letter to inform you of your imminent demise. If you're curious about the frequency of which I've sent these letters, it is merely to instill as much fear as I can, as if basting a turkey, which I will then proceed to have sex with. That's right, I'm going to fuck the fear turkey. Follow me on Twitter at the Crimson Fucker.
Sincerely, Alucard.
There actually is a Twitter account.
He put that sort of energy into his job.
So, that apology?
I'm sorry. So that's where they are.
Interesting. But do you think Alucard will go?
Not as long as it's an order.
I think I have an idea. Did you know you have vacation days?
I have vacation days? You mean I can leave anytime I want and not get yelled at over the phone? Because seriously, it's always over the phone. Mostly because I don't like to argue with her in person. I get a boner. It's super awkward.
Quite.
Well, that settles it. I'm going traveling.
Yes, you can go anywhere you wish. Except for Brazil. Ser Integra was quite insistent that you never visit Brazil.
I'm taking the police girl and the Frenchman.
So, where is the police girl?
Oh, you know, she's downstairs.
Isn't that the cargo hold?
I have a fear of flying coffins in tight places!
Jesus wants a hug!
There we are, a regular 2-bedroom.
Hilarious. No, I want the penthouse.
I'm sorry, sir. Mr. Chevy Chase currently has that room reserved.
I said, you want to give me the penthouse.
I want to give you the penthouse.
And you want to kick out Chevy Chase because he's an asshole.
And I want to kick out Chevy Chase because he's an asshole.
See this, Frenchie? I can make him say whatever I want. White Chicks was amazing.
White Chicks was amazing.
He believes it too.
Scarlet Tempando, sticky sock. The Crimson Fucker has checked in. I repeat, the Crimson Fucker has checked in. Also, I'm choosing the goddamn nicknames next time.
So, if this doesn't sound weird, would you maybe like to get a drink later? Hit up a club?
You're not my friend, you're my bodyguard. Make it past 2 weeks, I might learn your name. Until then, you'll spare blood.
Jeez, fun.
Also, tell that guy to stop spying on me. It's creepy. Shit. Now that I'm all by myself, I can just kick back and
Shots fired from the penthouse suite on the top floor. The initial SWAT team has not reported back, leading officials to fear what's worse. The terrorist duo inside is comprised of a young British woman and some Ozzy Osbourne-looking.
On the phone. Get him on the phone. I want him on the phone right now.
Hold on a minute. I gotta take this. Hello?
What did you do?
All right. But you can't be mad at me.
What did you do?
Okay, first, I was minding my own business.
Bullshit!
I was!
And exactly what happened whilst you were minding your own business?
So I was just chillaxing in my room like a baller, and then all of a sudden these schmucks kicked in my door. One of them yelled out, "Get on your knees!" And I responded with, "I'm not your mother last night!" And they took exception to that. But you know how that song and dance goes. Huh? And I killed all but one of them.
What happened to the last one?
Pushed out like a bitch. Silver lining, I can cancel my room service.
So, we've sent like 10 guys up there and we haven't heard back. Think everything's alright?
Not wrong, man. Shit, don't worry about it. Of course, everything's fine.
Well, no matter what, we're still gonna get our immortality, right?
Buddy, my friend, do I look like the kind of guy who would go back on an agreement? By the way, you may want to send more men.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
You've been like really quiet for like 5 minutes. Oh, I know why you're angry. It's because I went to Brazil, isn't it?
Alucard, put the police girl on the phone.
Really? You want to talk to... Okay, fine, whatever.
Hello?
Whatever you do, do not let Alucard leave that room under any circumstance.
Actually, he just left. He said he was going for a walk. No!
Hey guys, how's your health plan? Apparently it's great!
Walter, be honest with me. What are we looking at in terms of collateral?
Well, the Alucard amount.
I heard you know how to make an entrance. If I had known you were going to do all this, I'd have hung some Union Jacks for you.
Wait, then why did she send him to Brazil?
Who are you?
Because that's where, like, the headquarters of the people who assaulted the compound
I
were.
may not have fed a lie to the local police here that in return for your capture...
Wait, now there's somebody else here?
And they fucking bought that?
Like Discount Peachy.
You cheeky dick.
No, it's like the people who attacked their headquarters last time. They're tracking them down. That's what took them to Brazil.
But it just so happens that those other guys, they have the agreement with her there.
What?
Oh my god, why are they doing this outside?
But wait, well, so but the problem is there also happen to be police, or what?
Oh, come on, that was on purpose.
No, it's like they bribed the police to attack them. I sort of cannon fodder, and they guys like, oh yeah, we'll give you immortality as long as you do this.
Oh boy! Hey, Dandy Dick! You missed!
Do you think Alhambra can take him?
Calm down, man. It's fine. I'm just focused on what I'm gonna do with my mortality.
Joke's on you. I'm getting double immortality. Huh?
Oh! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's see what he thinks about having that drink with me.
Could use a drink right now. Not used to seeing this much of my own blood anymore. You guys got magic cards and magic hands.
Tell me, Alucard, Are you a betting man?
I believe that's your shtick.
I'd like to make a little bet with you, vagabundo. I'll end your life with one hand.
I'll take that bet. Now, hit me with your best shot! Oh, shame for you. You activated my Alucard.
What?
Drop this!
Boom! I'm getting real tired of this shit.
You and me both.
Now show me your hand, Daddy Man! Hey, Dandy Man. You lost. And now I have to read your mind. By drinking all of your blood. Nom, 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 nom. The fuck is this? The fuck is that? The fuck are those? Oh.
Nonsense.
Master?
Hold on, I need to tweet about this.
Sir Integra, is something the matter?
It's the fucking
Nazis! I am so sorry, Major, for the failure of the Dandy Man.
Oh, give it a rest, Herr Doctor. He was a Brazilian dog who died feeding a much bigger beast a valuable piece of information.
But Major, now that they know of our plans...
Ah, Herr Doctor, but that is the plan. Now that they know our plan, they will plan around our plan. And so we shall in turn plan around the plan that they are planning around our plan.
Your brilliance knows no bounds.
And regardless, we have one advantage that they sorely lack. Zeppelins!
Alright, so that was Hellsing Abridged. 1 through. So what are your thoughts, second, since you're the only one who hasn't seen the series or the abridged version?
Well, I mean, I've seen a few abridged series in my day, but I feel like Team 4 Star is still around because they're one of the people who know how to make one. It's like, I mean, I've seen a lot slower ones with middle of the road jokes. This is one of those ones that's kind of like pure cocaine. Not that I do cocaine, but although, and then in that second episode with that little brother, it goes from that to just like the darkest and most dour of comedy. Like that was, it's one of those things that's like funny in a way, but also a little hard to watch. And then and then they pull out the butler character to, so that was fun. But I don't know. It kind of actually makes me want to watch Hellsing a little bit. It's like pure cathartic appeal, because I mean I do know like the basic premise how Dracula, he is looking for his own demise in a way. So he's happy to just keep fighting and living how he pleases and such. So I'm guessing that the appeal isn't 100 miles removed.
Oh yeah, it isn't.
But just to go back to the question you had earlier, is like why was he in Brazil? If you sort of missed the question, like the idea is like the Catholic Church they met with told them like who attacked their compound, and they said they're called Millennial. They're in Brazil. And then when they went to Brazil, that's when they found out through like reading his blood, drinking his blood, and like could basically absorb his soul, figure out like who actually Millennial is, which they're the Nazi leftovers from World War II. And that plays in the idea that a lot of Nazis escaped to South America and Brazil in particular.
Yeah. But well, I mean, I guess just passed over my head pretty quick. Like they want him to be in Brazil. They trick him to going there, and then the second he does, they're unhappy he's there. And okay, it's like the detail that it was just because there were police officers there that were costing them a lot of collateral. Like it kind of passed over my head.
It also passed over my head multiple times when I was rewatching the episode. So it's not really like an example of like you need to watch the source material. Even then, you got confused with the third episode.
Yeah, in the source material, there is sort of like the deeper moment where it sort of explains all. It's basically twice as long for the episodes, but it sort of explains like with the police officers that they were right. They showed them in here too that they're bribed, or the head officer, like the head in charge of the police, were bribed to send up SWAT teams that like try to kill Alucard. They didn't really like the Dandy Men didn't really expect him to work with it. It was basically a warm up sort of thing. But like he bribed him for saying like, oh yeah, we'll give you immortality because we're vampires and all that, and they just went with that. And like the whole like sort of plot that sort of goes in the actual show is that like Alucard was like, well, I need to sort of get through them, but I can't really not kill them. So like you have to order me to kill all these innocent SWAT team members.
And then the Abridged series making use of every little hey guys, how's your health plan? Apparently it's great. Stuff. But they know how to get into this stuff. That him running up the wall with the Looney Tunes footsteps sound effect, like they're making the most out of this.
Yep. And actually, it does only get better with time as they go along.
Yes.
Because like the first two, it was really just like a one-up thing. That's where after that they started like to make it a more permanent, like yearly series around Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they just did another part this year then?
Yeah, they're up to part 8 of 10.
So to cover the entire show or what?
Hellsing Ultimate in this case is actually 10 OVAs spanning up to like movie length at times.
Oh, not movie like that much, but just to summarize, Hellsing Abridged. I mean, not Hellsing. Hellsing was based. It was a TV series that came out in like early 2000. It was like a 13 episode anime. That last third of it was just completely made up filler sort of thing because they ran past the manga. Well, that was so popular, especially in America, because they actually got some of the best dubbing of pretty much any anime ever. It was so successful that like Funimation, what?
The filler was so popular.
No, the original series that Western investors actually helped fund the creation of like the Hellsing Ultimate series, which was like a bigger budgeted OVA series, which is like original video animation, which basically directed, so like a short direct-to-video movie sort of thing, where it more accurately followed the manga. And each one's about 30 minutes to 40, 30 to 40, sometimes 30 to 50, but usually around 30 to 40 minutes long. And like there's 10 in total, and like they're adapting each of those into an OVA of it. That's why the animation is so freaking great, because it's OVA, so it has a bigger budget than a regular TV show.
Yeah. Nice. Right. And, let me see. I did actually watch Nathan of the Eventide's review of Hellsing, which so I did get at least the gist of it. But so I know the original manga that's like part of the appeal of that, or at least according to her, was just sort of making like how do you put it? References that feel intellectual, if that's your fancy.
Yeah. It's certainly very
So,
smart.
but I mean,
yeah.
I mean, no, it's a pretty like fun dynamic they've got going. It's, I mean, from what I knew anyway, Hellsing, the great granddaughter, she seemed like a pretty good character, and here they you know, I don't know, like what exactly the thing they're warping around of her original character was, but I mean, it seems like, I mean, what I understand, she's a badass in both versions, so I guess there's that. But they kind of let her be like a really cool, fun character in this Abridged series. So I'm going to assume that it's the same in the show, the anime.
Yeah, actually, they go into more detail also with their backs. Like a lot of the characters' backstories and all that, they go more into, and except for like this, like the first 2 episodes, they're a little more rushed than the rest because the original 2, like the first 2 OVAs, essentially cover all the canon plot that was in the original series, which is like the first 6 episodes. So they really rushed through stuff. But where was I forget what my train of thought with this. But yeah, it does go into more into details and stuff like that. Actually, even I think I remember the OVA actually opens up with some of her backstory. Integra Hellsing.
So
also goes into more like canon.
Sorry, what?
No, it also goes more into like the lore of how vampires work in this universe and such.
Mm-hmm.
So what about Ceres?
So what?
What about Ceres, the police girl?
Oh, that was a character that I didn't remember from whatever I'd been told about Hellsing. So, I mean, that's an amusing touch, just like a sidekick character that doesn't necessarily need to be there. But I mean, if the circumstances around that are pretty much the same in the anime, then yeah, that seems like a character you'd feel for.
Well, the interesting thing is, because they bring it up, is she's actually, they even have a term for this. She's a supporting protagonist of the series, where like the whole manga is basically told through Ceres' perspective, even though Alucard is sort of like the main character sort of thing.
Right. She's like
that's how it's sort of set up.
Watson of Sherlock Holmes, the Malone of Professor Challenger.
Or in the case of Fairy Tail, like a little bit of Lucy. Do not do.
That guy whose name I can never remember from the first, which am I blanking on this Hellboy movie?
Yeah, I guess sort of like that role. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, it's because he's sort of like the audience surrogate where we learn everything about the universe through her. And like that's sort of outside. But actually, I just find an interesting concept because it is like the idea is like, yeah, the main character doesn't have to be the strongest character in the series. Which is like Sarah, she's not really badass till later in the series, but she's never close to Alucard's level of obscenely overpowered. But yeah, that's just sort of how it is set up. Like she is sort of the main character. It's sort of like how another way to set up is like the original Pirates of the Caribbean, how like Alucard is sort of like Johnny Depp's, what?
Or Elizabeth for that matter, I guess.
Yeah, no, Elizabeth or Turner, like how they're sort of the main leads, but everyone remembers Jack Sparrow as like the most famous character, even though he isn't technically really the protagonist. It's sort of like that with Alucard here. Like he is definitely the most famous character from this, and also the strongest. But like
Police girl is like the Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she plays a role in the plot. She's not just an observer, so not entirely. So seems like though Team 4-Star has their archetype picked out for cocky characters who want to meet all challengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea how loud that background noise is.
I heard it.
Heard it too.
Yeah, looking at the content of Hellsing Abridged, though, it's like, yeah, nothing's probably going to be as unwork appropriate than that. Takes a dark, bloody drama, the original, then adds in some dark comedy.
Oh.
So the thing with the little brother, you mean?
Yeah, like that's a funny thing. Is like I said, with like he is probably one of the least changed characters from the original to this. Like I mean, they changed up his dialogue, but like his personality is like that obnoxious. Like I'm trying to look for before in the past. I was trying to find a good way to describe him, but like thanks to Game of Thrones, I have an exact term for it: the Joffrey of the show. Like you just are intended to hate the little bastard, because he is sort of like pathetic, but also annoying and threatening all one.
Yeah, well, like in this, they make him what's the unflappable? Just like he doesn't care about like any of the points at which he's beaten. He's just like, I mean, was he supposed to have died at that last part, or was he supposed to have just like teleported himself somewhere? It's a little vague on that one.
No, like
he died.
Like the millennial Nazi group, they've like not really bombs, but like sort of self-destruct things built into all their vampire people, where they can like switch it on, then they get like incinerated. That's why he's caught on fire.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I thought I wasn't sure if it was something like that or just he was able to get himself out of danger. But yeah, no, I wanted him to be unhappy about dying at that part. Like he's still doing all the what's the word? Posing with Van Helsing and trying to talk down to her when it's his ass who's grass. Like I think that was he should have been the butt of the joke at that part. But oh well. Like when the butler comes in, I'm like, all right, like I'm behind this totally suave butler, hands this guy's ass to him, but instead it's like he just keeps doing his. If it like with more self-awareness, it almost would have come across as like the Black Knight from Monty Python. You have no arms left. I do too. Come back here and I'll bite your arms off.
That actually would have been an interesting route they take. Basically, make him combine the character with the Black Knight, where like he's still swearing, but like he's still acting, moving arms and all. Actually, they did move arms and all that. Yeah, that's it. So like a running joke is. In the series, it becomes so obvious how pathetic the two Valentine brothers were. All right, before the background music becomes too annoying, I guess see y'all next time and with possibly another Hellsing Abridged. But next coming up though is the Star versus the rest of season 3.